Good day everyone, I am Jaysar Copreros and I'll present the part 6 of game theory. For the topic outline, we have Shapley Value, 4 axioms of Shapley Value, and Shapley Value equation. Competitive game theory has the Nash equilibrium, while cooperative game theory has what's called the Shapley Value. So what exactly is the Shapley Value? It is named in honor of Lloyd Shapley, who introduced it in 1953. The Shapley value is a technique of allocating profits or costs among players based on their individual efforts. And to better understand the Shapley value, we need to understand how it works based on several axioms. Okay, so number 1, the contribution of each player is determined by what is gained or lost by removing them from the game. This is also called their marginal contribution. So for example, you and your friends make paper flowers on a daily basis. However, you were absent one day because you had a much more vital task to complete. After that, the coalition found out that on the day that you were not there, the group produced 20 fewer paper flowers than usual. So your marginal contribution is 20 paper flowers. Number 2 is interchangeable players have equal value. If two parties bring the same things to the coalition, they should have to contribute the same amount and should be rewarded for their contributions equally. Like for example, if you and your friends both ordered the same item, you should both pay the same price. If employees have the same capabilities and work the same hours, they should be paid the same amount. Number 3, dummy players have zero value. In other words, if a member of coalition contributes nothing, then they should receive nothing. This one is a little more disputed, because it may mean that if you went out to dinner with your friends but you didn't order anything, it is perfectly acceptable for you to refuse to pay when the bill arrives. However, it might also suggest that if someone does nothing to help the coalition, they should not be rewarded, because there are a variety of valid reasons why someone may be unable to contribute. For example, your coworker is a woman on maternity leave, or they were involved in an accident. In such circumstances, the coalition may wish to compensate them despite their inability to contribute. And the fourth axiom says that if a game has multiple parts, cost or payment should be decomposed across those parts. This simply implies that if you put in a lot of effort for the group on Monday but slack off on Tuesday, your rewards should be different on each day. To put it another way, using the same approach every time isn't necessarily fair. The figures should be checked on a regular basis so that the coalition may make any revisions. The Shapley value can be expressed mathematically like in the figure, which looks too complex, but we can break down the concepts into something more understandable. So let's go back to the paper flowers. So you and your friend are making paper flowers. In the span of 1 hour, you finished making 10 paper flowers when you are working alone. However, your friend produced 20 paper flowers in the same hour. When you and your friend decided to team up, you have produced 40 paper flowers, but if you and your friend work individually, you would only have 30 paper flowers in the same hour. Then you and your friend decided to sell the paper flowers for 1 peso each, and now you have 40 pesos. Now the question is, how will you divide that income? The Shapley value equation tells you to think about it like this. If you subtract your marginal contribution, which is 10 to the total number, this will give your friend credits for the remaining 30. But if you subtract your friend's marginal contribution, which is 20 to the total number, this will give you the credits for the remaining 20. In the first case, your value to the coalition is just 10 paper flowers. But in second case, your value to the coalition is now 20 paper flowers. And according to Shapley value equation, you should average those two numbers. So 10 plus 20 is equals to 30, divided by 2 is equals to 15. So the Shapley value equation says that you should get 15 pesos and your friend should get 25 pesos. This method may be expanded up to coalitions with hundreds of players by determining the average of all their marginal contributions to each other. And that's the end of my part, and here are my references. Good day and thank you everyone.